Hello world, Brian Lovelace here. Here's that line by line on how to find the International Space Station and the weather on Earth underneath it tutorial that I promised. Now, if you're not familiar with Jupyter Notebooks, you can use Anaconda. That's how I installed it on mine. So here's their website, anaconda.com. Simply go here to Products, Individual Edition. This is what I'm using. And you download it for your platform. Windows, Linux, Mac, whatever you got, they got you covered. You'll be good to go. Once you have this installed, you'll be able to type Jupyter Notebook into your terminal command line, and it will pop right up, as you'll see me do here in a minute, creating a new project. The only other thing you'll need before we get started, as I mentioned in the earlier video, is a Weather API account. This one was free for me, signed up. In less than 10 minutes, I had an API key, which allows me to access their weather information based off latitude and longitude that we're going to find from a NASA website, which doesn't require any account or anything. So I'll give you guys a few minutes out there to get this stuff downloaded, installed, and set up, and join you back after the break. Welcome back. Hope you've got everything up and running. So we'll make a quick little demo here for you in the command line. And all you have to do to start one of these Jupyter Notebook projects, it's going to open back in this browser right here. So I'm going to keep it open so it opens in the right one, is simply type it in. Long name, but it's a little easier than some of the other programs that you start through any manner of variety in terminal. So what this is going to do is in this folder, boom, we've now got a new Python program up, running, ready. We've got an empty notebook list. So I'm gonna move myself right down here. Okay, looks like I'm stuck in this window. Hopefully we are sharing everything. Notebook is empty, so we are going to make a new Python file. We're going to name it ISS and weather demo. Bada bing, bada boom. So it's real simple, folks. Very first line, all you're going to need to do is import pandas and import Plotly Express. And right here, make a new square. So that's it. That's all you need in the first line. Second line is going to be the information the URL from NASA's Open Notify website, api.open-notify.org/iss-now.json. So going to this website, as shown in the previous video, will instantly get you a response from NASA as to the latitude and longitude of where the International Space Station is whirling around this amazing planet right now. So we want to get that information from the URL. So our variable is going to be df. It's typical data science because this is now a data frame. So we're going to use pandas to read the JSON response coming from this URL that we provided earlier. So we can go ahead and show right here, run all the cells, and well, ed.read underscore JSON is not capitalized. It's hid sometimes. And we want to print df right here anyways, so we see our response. So let's just try that again. Run it all. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Success. We've got our position. We know the space station is still out there flying around. Go ahead and give myself just a few more lines here. So now this, we're going to reset. The latitude and longitude parts of the object, and we're going to drop some extra information that we don't need anymore. From the axis. And just to show that we've made those changes, we'll recall our variable df data frame to show us that change. So again, we come back up here to the top. We're going to run them all because I'm sure it's moved just a little bit. Yep. World keeps on spinning. So you'll see right here, coming back the raw JSON data and using the built-in data frame, we've reset that information, and now it object looks something more like this. So we are much easier to use it. So now we are going to figure. So we're going to show a figure, a map, and our next thing will be our variable. So it's a scatter plot. However, it's just 1 point and it's on a map. So it's the scatter geo, G-E-O. So use the df where lat is the latitude, long is the longitude. That the px.scatter is anticipating latitude and longitude coming in, since they're named lat and lon up here. We will get that taken care of with this. And the next line is simply to show the figure. So again, we're going to run all these from top to bottom. We've imported our external libraries, Pandas and Plotly Express. We're going to the NASA website, Open API to get the JSON info. We've got the data frame with that information. We manipulated the JSON response and that data frame variable to how we want. And now we are going to show the geographical scatter plot. Run it all. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bam. So now we're at this latitude and longitude, and you'll see, whoo! If you were watching my videos from earlier, we were up here. So now we're flying down Pacific. Pretty close to South America there. Fun stuff. So now what you can do with this information is take this latitude and longitude and a few more lines down here, use that to access the weather API we set up an account in earlier. So with some string concatenation, we can put this all together. The weather base string is simply the start of the weather API through this question mark key equals. Then your weather key, this will be your unique API key. On the end here, add this and Q equals. That's and query. So the query that we are passing in is the latitude and longitude. So x equaling this df latitude we have up here from earlier, and df longitude, df location, latitude and longitude were set. So to access those, we stringify those numbers. You cannot concatenate strings and numbers. It takes it as a float in NumPy. So we cast it to a string, and the very first object 0, of x and y up here, gives us this latitude and longitude. So I print it all together just to double check. So we're going to go ahead and run that. And you see we've got the latitude and longitude minus 49, minus 96, minus 49, minus 96. So that is good to go. So now we are going to simply use that same function we used from earlier, where pandas reads a JSON response and shows it to us, which we run right here. And we are not happy with something. Bugs response. That is some funky stuff. Let's just run it all together and see. If we run it all, we are right off the coast, it looks like. South America there. So we are moving. Open Weather API. Trace back most recent call. Return wrapper. Response error. Request was successful, received, understood, and accepted. So we're getting some sort of bad request in the error. So something must be wrong here. With the response, which you all saw it working earlier on the previous video. There we go. There we go. So, as is typical in coding, no reason for it not to work other than I was recording this video, and there's a very good chance that it took these latitude and longitude, and the weather API simply gave a bad response since it had no weather data available for the corner of the ocean. But now that we are technically over land with our latitude and longitude near Santa Cruz, Argentina, we can know that underneath the space station right now, we've got wind gusts at 27 miles an hour, and the temperature is a cool 44 degrees Fahrenheit or 6 degrees Celsius. So just that simple, folks. What are we at? 40 lines? No, that can't be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares? 10 lines? Come on. All the way to space and back. 10 lines. Thank you for your time.